Hey guys, it's Tanya Beautiful here and welcome back to my channel. So today I am back again with another story time, and y'all, this is a highly requested story time. I honestly have never told anybody this story. The only person that knows about this is my mom. So yeah, this is gonna be a little bit scary for me, but because I'm not living there anymore, I feel a little bit more comfortable talking about it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna be talking about the time that I was basically haunted by a male ghost in my house. This happened a couple years back before I had my daughter, and at the time I was living with my mom, my brothers, and her children's father. So we moved into an apartment. The apartment was really nice. I thought it was a nice place. The building was very small. It wasn't too much people, and it wasn't a building where like people hung out. It was like really like a private type of building. There were only 3 floors in the building, and there were only 2 apartments on each floor. They were basically across from each other, and yeah. So needless to say, this was a very small, a very intimate building. So the things that happened and the things that I noticed were a little bit weird for me. So moving into the apartment, it was a 2-bedroom apartment. The bedrooms were next to each other, and of course the living room, kitchen, and the bathroom were of course together. So yeah, we moved into the apartment and everything seemed fine, except for the fact that I used to hear things. So the first thing that started happening was footsteps in the building. Now I would constantly hear like sneakers going, just squeaking all over the building. It wasn't even in like a particular pattern. You know, when somebody's walking up the stairs, this wasn't somebody walking up the stairs. I was just hearing the squeaking. People be talking about, oh, you know, the building be breathing. Bitch, no, ain't no building breathing, honey. That's something walking up and down them goddamn steps that's trying to make us know that I'm in here, okay? There was this lady that lived across the hall from us, and she was very, I don't want to say creepy, but she was very mysterious looking. It was almost like, you know, it was somebody that you didn't really want to talk to like that, because you didn't know what was going to come out of her mouth. She just looked very, I don't know, it was just something about her that was very intimidating and very unsettling. So when we moved into the building, she actually came across the hall. And when she came across the hall, she, you know, was just talking and saying how she used to live in that apartment and how her son used to live in that apartment, but, you know, he's no longer here. So I was like, bitch, what? Your son ain't here? What you mean? He on vacation or something? He coming back, right? She was just saying, you know, her son passed away and things like that right then and there. I started feeling weird. I started feeling like, okay, something has to be up. It has to be your son walking around the building. I don't know, you guys, but that wasn't really the weird part. Well, she used to like my brother a lot. I think he reminded her of him maybe. So she was talking to him one day after speaking to us in the apartment, and I was listening on her, and she said that her son ran into the building and was being shot at. So basically she showed him the bullet holes in the steps that he was running from. So I was just like, why does she keep talking about this? So now I'm starting to get creeped out, because I'm like, okay, I have been hearing weird noises, but I didn't really want to think anything of it. Some time passed, and the second incident that I had that I found was very weird was the fact that I would be in the apartment by myself, and it never felt like I was alone. Everywhere I walked, I felt like somebody was behind me. Every time I was in the bathroom, I felt like I was being watched. Basically everywhere I went in that apartment, I felt like somebody was there. I felt like there was a presence with me. Like I never felt alone. That was very unsettling for me, and I just feel like after she came and talked to us, things just got more weird, because I just feel like now she's acknowledging him. She's letting us know that he exists, and I think he wanted to make himself known too. One night I was getting ready for bed, and my brother was already sleeping. I hopped in my bed. Usually I like to stay up, be on my phone, you know. At the time I had an iPod, so I was on my iPod listening to music. And I'm like a Family Guy fanatic, so I'm watching Family Guy all the time. That night I seen a shadow by my door. Now, if anybody has ever experienced paranormal activity, if you can see ghosts, they are like an outline. They look like basically like a halo. You'll see the figure of their body, but you won't see them. You'll just see light around them. And I seen it by the doorway. My bed was on this side, my brother's bed was on this side. So basically I'm looking across, my brother's bed is right in front of the door, and I'm seeing the outline by the door. I freaked out. I shut my eyes really tight, and I ran to my television and turned it on. These were one of those box TVs, of course, so you know it takes a while to come on. The light don't even come on. The TV comes on before the light on the TV comes on, which is annoying as hell because I'm scared as hell, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So it finally comes on, and I get back in the bed, and from then on I kept sleeping with the television on, and my mom kept turning it off. Probably maybe a couple nights after that, I decided to let her know that I seen an outline by my door. Now, I seen this outline a couple times already, and each time I would just keep on the TV, or I would just probably try to shut the door. I told my mom, you know, I seen a man by the doorway. He was really, really tall, and you know, it scared me. It creeped me out. That night I went to bed, and I got a dream. And in that dream, it was the man standing there and showing me that he wasn't tall. He was showing me that he was average height. There was a light that flashed, and then the closet opened, and I seen like clothes that he used to wear. Now, this was all in my dream, and the types of suits he used to wear, and he's also showing me that he's not tall. At that point, I get extremely creeped out because now I know for a fact that he knows we know he's here. He's basically giving me a dream to let me know I ain't tall, okay? I'm average height. You got that wrong, boo. And I was fly too. I would think that that's what the message would be. In the dream, the closet, it looked like my closet. Now, the apartment, it had the 2 rooms, but my mom's room was the only room that had the closet, and our room didn't have a closet. So basically my closet was by the front door and next to another closet. My closet was like a room, so I could literally walk in there. My clothes were there. I could walk in there, sit in there. I didn't have to come out, like literally chill up in there. My closet used to be his closet, like legit. So maybe that's why he was more drawn to me. He was watching me, okay? He was watching me. So after a while, I was getting really, really scared, and I feel like he maybe sensed that, because I feel like sometimes some spirits can sense that you're afraid, so they will leave you alone sometimes, and sometimes they really don't. Sometimes they're evil and they will continue to haunt you. At this point, couple nights I don't see anything. I don't feel, you know, I feel weird. I still feel like I'm being watched. I still feel like there's somebody breathing down my neck or like misplacing my stuff, but I'm not getting like any dreams, and I'm not seeing anything by the doorway. My little brother, who is now 9, started to see a bunny rabbit in the bedroom. We ain't got no pets. We ain't got no pets, okay? So what the fuck you seeing a white bunny rabbit? This spirit was not only messing with me, but it was also messing with my brother as well, because it came to him like a bunny rabbit, and I guess it figured that he wouldn't be afraid if he was a rabbit. But my brother is not stupid. He knows that this rabbit should not be in this room because we don't have pets. It's never there. It only shows up in the nighttime or when the room is dark, when he's by himself. So I'm like, yeah, this ghost is starting to haunt people, and now I'm getting really, really scared. It started to get to a point where I didn't want to sleep in my bedroom, so I would sleep in the living room. I get into the living room, and I start sleeping in the living room for a couple nights. I feel fine. After a while, things start getting weird. I start feeling breeze past my neck. I start feeling even more like there's somebody there with me. I feel like that's where he was, where I was sleeping in the living room. I feel like he was sitting in there like, yo, like, yeah, I'm here and I ain't going nowhere. There was times where I felt very heavy. I felt like I couldn't breathe sometimes because, you know, sometimes they can suck that energy from you. It's not a normal thing for you to be around. So, you know, there's times where I felt like I couldn't breathe. Another night in particular, I was sleeping in the living room and I just felt myself being held down. And it wasn't like, you know, how you have those dreams where you can't get up. No, it wasn't like that. It was like somebody was holding me and I can see like an outline of someone, but I can't speak. I can just see them and I can feel them holding me. And that scared the shit out of me to a point where I stopped being in my house, y'all. I stopped being in my house. I started sitting in the hallway with my daughter's father. At the time, we were just talking. And even when we were in the hall, we would still hear the sneakers. The hallway is bright. There's lights. And I didn't feel weird in there. I just felt weird inside. There were times where my body would feel hot. I would feel like there was something on me. Y'all, this went on for months and months. It was to a point where I couldn't stay in my closet because I felt like there was something in my closet. And this thing was literally haunting me, you guys. Like, even in the shower, I would feel like there's somebody in the shower with me. Like, literally, I did not feel alone. I did not feel by myself. It did not feel good at all. I was scared, like terrified. I eventually was able to deal with it after a while, but for the first couple months, it was like hell for me. The lease was up and we were about to get ready to move. And I don't know if he removed himself from my room and went into my mom's room, but one night he was standing over my mom's bed with a knapsack and headphones. And I don't know what he looked like when he passed away. I don't know what he had on when he passed away. It's a possibility he could have had on the outfit. It just looked like a figure with a knapsack and headphones. And I mean like those big headphones like how they had back in the day. So you know that I saw what the hell I saw. When I saw it that night, it disappeared once I noticed, because when I see them, I curse. And they say that, you know, when you curse at them or when you say the Lord's Prayer, they disappear. They, you know, they don't want to hear that, they vanish. I cursed, and most of the time when, you know, I think when they notice that you've seen them, they disappear. I haven't seen him after that. I have not spoken about this story after that. You guys are lucky that I love y'all, because I have not talked to anybody about this story. It is something that scared the shit out of me. And the fact that I talked about him and he came to me in my dream, it let me know that he knew that I knew he was there. And because his mom kept coming over to the apartment and telling us stories and telling us things, I think he knew that we knew. I don't know if his murderer was found. I don't know if, you know, his murder was ever solved, but I know he was shot and killed. Nowhere near the building though. It's just that he used to live in that apartment. So sometimes when people pass away and they lived a certain place, they don't leave that place because that's what they're used to. They think that that's their home, and sometimes that's why people tell you have to clean out your house. I don't think he was evil, but I do think that because I'm a young woman, he probably did, maybe he liked me and he gravitated towards me because, you know, I was in his room sleeping. And, you know, I was using his closet. So, of course, you know.
Bitch, that's my closet that you fucking got your clothes in. And then you want to talk about me, but you going to get the wrong facts. So I got to dream your ass, and I got to let you know I was not tall, bitch. I was average height, and I used to wear some fly-ass clothes.
And that's how I took it. And literally, that house made me miserable because the only place that I felt like I could breathe properly was in the hallway. It was ridiculously crazy. I don't know how the hell I got through that. There were times where I slept with a Bible by my bed. There were times where I really needed the light on, or I needed the television on, or I wanted a nightlight, I was terrified because he was just making himself known and he was not stopping. He just kept going and going and going and going up until we were about to move. I don't know what's going on with that apartment. I don't know if it still exists. It probably does. I don't know if anybody in there is going through anything that I went through, but God bless them, and I hope that they could get through the sleepless night that I went through and the paranoia and the feeling of somebody watching you all the time, because literally I did not feel at peace. When I was naked, I still felt like I needed to cover myself up because I didn't feel right. There was times where I got headaches, and usually when spirit is around me, I feel headaches or I get really sick and I don't feel well. That shit was scary as hell, and I don't want to ever have to go through that ever again. But unfortunately, I have a lot more stories. I said I can see spirit, so you know, I've seen a lot. There's gonna be a lot more story times like this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope I didn't creep you guys out too much. I am feeling weird now because I don't like talking about it, and but sometimes it's good to talk about stuff and get it out the way and just, you know, just be over and done with it. That's it for this story time, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time video. If you guys did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. You guys can also share it with your friends, share it with anybody who've had the same experience as I did, and let me know in the comment section below if you've ever had a paranormal experience like this, and how did you deal with it? How did you get over it? I know for me, I tried to watch videos, I tried to stay up all night, and none of that shit really worked. At the end of the day, it was still in my house and I still didn't get any peace. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.